I'm going to be going ahead, something to drink, tea, because this is going to be a very long conversation. It's going to be a channel update, but at the same time, a discussion video. So here's what's going on. So here is part 1 of the channel update, where the rest is going to come in later in the video. But here's part 1 that summarizes what I already confirmed. Yes, there will be a new video every Wednesday. If there is a Wednesday with no new upload, that means something came up and something happened. So if that happens, yeah, that's why. However, I did decide, yes, I basically did rush through 2024. However, I was like, okay, you know what? 2024 is actually already bad, so how about we just get 2024 done and dealt with and just make room for 2025 and just get 2024 content done and dealt with. Okay, now there is side effects. First off, expect a lot of some slip-ups and bloopers from left to right, and some goof-ups on my end, okay? Now, also, something you want to keep in mind about is that there will still be news videos, there will still be vertical video content, and there will still be blog posts. I have made the room for me to be able to start doing that more, okay, considering what I did, while at the same time making room for me to start working on 2025 content and then figuring out what I could add more of, or something amongst the lines, okay? So that way, I want to make 2025 a little more wild in terms of content when it comes to Gamerman's Lounge when 2025 comes around, just in case 2025 becomes a record-breaking poopy show. So here's what's going on in terms of gaming, tech, entertainment, anime, manga, okay? We're fucked. Absolutely, we are fucked. Okay? Yes, I did drop an F-bomb, and that will definitely make up for trying to come up with family-friendly version of shit show, okay? So if you're hoping to look forward to your next favorite game, I unfortunately have news for you. It's going to be much tougher. Actually, more brutally difficult than ever. Because in today's day and age, you have to take 2 steps back, do some digging around from all around the internet, then make an analysis, and then think twice before you decide on the game you want to go ahead and get. Because it's not just the money you're wasting away, you're having to put the effort into making the time to download the game. And you're going to be, like, using up storage, okay? A good portion of your storage, okay? And you're also going to be blowing away your time. So, if you're putting all that, and here's the thing, you're already having to put all this effort into getting a game, and not only that, getting your new game set up, so if the experience goes to crap, or you're having a good time, and then all of a sudden something comes up and the fun's thrown out of the window, or it turns out somebody's been sucking out all the fun from left and right, you're going to end up looking like a shitfuck. And that's the last thing you need. Now, to combat that, I have made video game recommendation segues. Like I said, they are not sponsorships. If I do go through sponsorships, I will make it obvious that the segue is a sponsor, okay? But the video game recommendation segues, they are just recommendation segues, not sponsor. This is essentially just me telling you, hey, you should get this game. Okay, no strings attached, not a sponsorship, okay? I will make it obvious if it's a sponsorship. But, however, speaking of recommendation segues, I do want to go ahead, I do have an idea down for product recommendation segues. As a matter of fact, with this idea in mind, this might enable me to come up with my first not my video game recommendation, my product recommendation segue. Okay. I mean, my product recommendation segue has something more to do with video games. To be fair, I should have just say, hey, video game product recommendation. But we are talking about product recommendations, which means more than video game accessories, because I want people to have a good time watching my content, but I want to be informative as to what game or product is worth it to you. And I do want to get the word out and say, hey, this is worth it. Hey, this game is worth it. Hey, this product is worth it. So that's going to be the thing. This is my way of combating that thing. And of course, something tells me I really should be getting on going with the product recommendation segues, considering the fact that we are in a quality control crisis. I mean, I just experienced, I just found out about 2 more food recalls. Okay? One being did I say being right? You know, I'll go ahead and correct myself real quick. Being. Pardon my pronunciation of the word being that unfortunately fell off, but no, seriously, yeah. There was a deli meats brand that had a food recall that was really ugly. Now there's a vegetable recall. Now there's another meat recall that is very ugly. So just be careful, pay attention. Yeah, it is just terrifying how devastating these food recalls and what the reasons are. So, yeah. Going back to the gaming, yes, the quality control crisis is already affecting games too, but not just that. We're noticing how games have been rushed out, made with less, and made with fun and entertainment just thrown out the window most of the time. Then you also see the predatory microtransaction practices that keep on happening and the anti-consumer practices. And then you see the excessive meddling and censorship of games regardless of age rating. And it's been getting out of control. And now we're seeing quality control situations that's now turning into a quality control crisis. And now we're seeing anti-video game preservation situations run amok. Now, I will go ahead and say this. Alright. It is inevitable that we could see another video game crash. It does not matter. Okay, it doesn't matter how many billions and billions of people, especially with fear of missing out shenanigans in mind, okay? It doesn't matter. Now, let's go through what happened in Vine. Vine was this app that everybody was using. There would be dank meme Vine compilations going on from left and right. Vine content was still throbbing, and despite all that, and despite the many users using it, and the billions of users, all of a sudden, it was getting shut down. It was getting shut down, and February 2017, or January 2017, whatever, between these 2 dates, that was when we had to say goodbye to Vine. Unfortunately. However, now we have a situation, we have TikTok taking over its place and expanding far better than ever and surpassing its reputation as Musical.ly and as the beginning as TikTok, okay? But unfortunately, the TikTok people went ahead and shot themselves in the foot. And that was the situation here. But let's go back and figure out the Vine part, okay? Now, TikTok, we can understand why TikTok's going bye-bye. This is because of legal regulations. However, Vine, we have still yet to figure out what the hell was going on. We're still... It was weird. It was very weird. But what happened with Vine is going to be that same thing that's going to happen with gaming. Okay? We'll get a 10th gen console. We'll probably get PlayStation 7 or Xbox Series 2 next gen, whatever they want to call, okay? And then Nintendo Switch 2, whatever the next Nintendo is going to be. However, we could expect one more generation, and that's just it. Now, luckily, we could still play our games, but under one condition, through the cloud. However, that would be if we get lucky. Otherwise, we're probably going to be stuck with the secondhand market, the mobile and gacha games market, and the indie game market. Unfortunately, it is going to take very little until the certain actors begin to step in and well, start to meddle, and everybody starts getting screwed over. And we have a far more bigger problem than ever. That is the biggest concern that I do have in mind. Because somebody is going to be getting in the way of those 3 sectors that I mentioned, and when everybody gets fucked over, that's it for gaming. Gaming is definitely just done for until we see a new beginning. However, if we are lucky enough to get an 11th gen consoles, okay, well, good. We're lucky to get 11th gen consoles. But here's the thing. When we have all these habits that are now affecting the game industry, the anti-consumer stuff, the anti-creative freedom stuff, and the anti-preservation stuff going down, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse, it's inevitable. We're going down that road. But why are we seeing all this happen? Why are we seeing all this happen? Here's the thing. It's the escalated tensions in various areas. Okay? It's either moral, political, sports, business, / corporate, okay, anything else, a big fat etc. And yeah, there's escalated tensions from left and right. And because of this, everything is just at everything's throats. Everyone's at everyone's throats. Everyone just has it out for everyone. I think you get the idea. This leads into a situation where your outdoor environment is more hostile than ever, and you have to be careful with your indoors, outdoors, and at-home activities, because here's the thing, even being in your own kitchen is already dangerous. If you just appearing in your very own kitchen is already dangerous in the first place. So when it comes to traditional stovetop cooking, that's where you're going to be SOL, because not only for safety reasons, but also for best results, you have to pay attention to the food you're cooking on the stove. That gets your guard down, and that could lead into some not-so-pretty situations. And this goes straight into the grocery shopping situation and when it comes to your outdoor environments. You have a lot of people that have a lot of things pent up, and I say that in a very negative way, okay? Because they're already escalated. Any one little oopsie will already escalate them very more. Now, pardon my silly way of saying things, but yeah, everybody's more likely than ever a ticking time bomb, but you also have the Karens, the Kevins, the Kyles, the Works, the busybodies, the worse, and the really, really worse. Okay, let's go through that. However, I felt tempted to say what I have in mind just now, but you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it, okay? Here's the thing. Normal is not just lifted mask mandates and lifted lockdowns, lifted social distancing requirements. It means so much more than that. And what I mean is that there is more than one elephant in the room. There was more than one elephant in the room since last decade especially, and there will be, and always will be, more than one elephant in the room. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and repeat myself, okay? So I know we don't have to worry about mask requirements or lockdown requirements or social distancing requirements. It's becoming a thing of the past, okay? I know what you have in mind. I understand. But normal is not just lifted mask mandates, lifted lockdowns, lifted social distancing requirements, okay? Normal means way more than that. If things were normal, we would have creative freedom, especially creative freedom, throughout all devs and all genres and subgenres of games, okay? Normal also means, okay, you can shop in the store more with comfort, okay? Knowing that things are really de-escalated. And everybody's chill and calm, and they're way more than less escalated, okay? Alright? Yeah, there's a huge long list of things that need to happen in order for things to go back to normal. Okay? Alright? So, yeah. There's more than one elephant in the room. So, yeah, we handled things really poorly throughout last decade as well because of the escalated tensions, which, by the way, this is what I meant. We handled the escalated tensions very, 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 very poorly. And now it's not only escalating, but it's leaking in to the new decade far worse than ever. And now the 2020s is going to be by far the most escalated year ever in a not so pleasant manner. Okay? Things are getting really, really uglier when it comes to the 2020s. Okay? So if we can learn when it came to the escalated tensions throughout the 2010s and the 2020s, hopefully we can see a much more de-escalated 2030s. Okay? But right now, we just had 2020, the worst year ever. 2021, still a bad year. But 2022, just as bad. And 2023, really bad. Okay? Really bad. Okay, 2024, holy crap. Okay? So, also, let's go back to 2014 and 2016. Did we have to worry about, like, lockdown protocols and wearing masks and social distancing because of a pandemic or a virus? Nope. 2016 and 2014 became the worst year ever. Okay? And then things got worse when it came to 2017, 2018, and 2019. Okay? So we have not had a good year at all in a very long time. I hate to break it to you. So, like I said, video game recommendation segues and product recommendation segues, okay, they're gonna keep on going. And I'm getting ideas to start on my new batch of video game recommendation segues, and I'm gonna go ahead and start work on my product recommendation segues. Like I said again, they're not sponsorships. If I am sponsored, I will make the sponsorship segue very obvious that it is a sponsorship. Okay, but these recommendations are not sponsored. It's me saying, hey, you should get this game. Hey, you should get this product. Okay. Alright, no sponsorship. Okay. Okay, now that I got what I wanted off my chest, I want to go ahead and go through what I'm about to go through in terms of the rest of my channel update part, okay? Now, here's the thing. I am beginning to put more focus into 2025 content, just in case 2025 becomes another worst year. Okay, so that way, there's going to be content that's going to be a huge step up compared to 2024 or 2023, and that's definitely going to be something that we will definitely have when 2025 basically goes to shit. Okay, now also the analog comedy, sitcom, informative, shenanigans, Waifu Labs Lounge. Okay, this is gonna be my analog comedy, slice of life, informative series. Alright, this is gonna basically teach you and get you figuring out about, hey, why you like insert waifu here, and why we go over the physique, we go over the design of the waifu, and then we go over the qualities of the waifu and how fun she is in gameplay, go through her lore, and what are her abilities, yada yada yada. And we will have that slowly breaking down from left and right, so that way this is basically like, okay, this is what the Waifu Labs Lounge does, especially in terms of helping out the Gamerman's Lounge with Waifus of Gaming and Waifus of Gaming Traversaire. So, every episode of Waifu Labs Lounge is always going to come up with shenanigans from left and right, because it is a analog comedy, sitcom, informative presentation series. Something like that. So, informative analog comedy series. Something more like that. However, I will have a pilot run of 3 episodes. After that, when 2025 comes around, that's where I will go ahead and start going full on with the Waifu Labs Lounge presentations and the Waifu Labs Lounge series. Okay? So, yes. I figured I had a good time doing it. I always figured, okay, you know what, let's have one random thing happen and have another random thing happen, and that's what's going to end up happening here. So this is going to be like a 3-episode pilot run, and that's going to basically do us for the rest of 2024, and then 2025 we go full on in with the year 2025 when I could fully go on and start pumping out episodes for Waifu Labs Lounge. Okay, so that's what's going to happen here. Now, I am going to figure out huge step-ups from left and right, but, however, my vocabulary, including how things are going to go when it comes to my video content, they're going to spice up. They are going to really, really spice up from left and right, meaning that's where the kitty gloves come out. Okay, no watering things down into family-friendly terms, none of that, okay? There's going to be shenanigans, there's going to be chaos, okay? There's going to be some tomfoolery involved, okay? So that's what's going to happen. I just want to go ahead and return the Gamerman's Lounge and just bring in the wildness. I want to make sure that wildness starts to really come back from left and right. So that can be something to keep in mind about. Anyway, with the final parts of the channel recommendation that I did have in mind for this video is out the way. That is all. I will be looking forward to you in the next video, but I gotta go run to the bathroom and go take a shit. Anyway,